FPV Gaming. I'm your host Lenny, and if you're lucky, one of my furry co-hosts will join us today. Your stream will begin shortly. Enjoy. Alright, welcome back. We are going to be playing some Euro Truck Simulator 2 again today. We are already mid-load on the Grand Utopia 1-to-1 scale fantasy island map where I've been working my way from the ground up. I do have my own truck and it is actually fully fixed now, so I am using it to make more money, doing bigger loads. We are halfway through the run, so we are right here, heading to Saint Benoit is what it looks like. So let's jump right back in. And unintentionally, the game actually does pause itself when I start doing the scene swaps for making the videos and whatnot. I didn't do that on purpose. That's actually just the default hotkeys that were in OBS coincidentally matched up with the game. So I don't know. And I don't even know what it really does. I just know it opens the window and pauses the game. So I'm a bit loud. Max Ferrent? I don't know who that is even. It doesn't sound bad, but it just sounds kind of like universal trap house music. So if you are new here, that's the music. You can't hear it. I just have it showing what I'm actually listening to. So if you decide you want to try it and listen to it, you can look it up and see if you can find it. But I don't want to dick around with copyright stuff yet. Haven't quite figured that out. I wouldn't mind doing like reaction stuff just because I like music, but like I like music a lot. But at the same time, there's so many reactionists and stuff, and really so many that do so much better of a job than I would, like Riker Road or Knoxville. Knoxville does freaking awesome. You also got like Black Pegasus, but I don't know. I feel like it would give me an excuse to be listening to music at least. I just gotta figure out what the process is to get YouTube to ignore the song and allow it to stay on. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta get off here. Looks like we're going right again at this split, so that's not so bad. Already in the lane. Got a lag spike. It looks to be a continuing one, which is no good. Usually means my headset's getting too hot. It is definitely kind of hot, so let's turn the fan on. And this Metallica live shit is actually working. It's the song Battery. It hasn't fired up yet, but out of all the music I have, how does it seem to keep going back to the same albums? It doesn't really seem to be shuffling all that great now, does it? Almost nighttime here, so I think what I'll do after this load is I will turn on fatigue go to sleep, and that should reset my fatigue meter, and then I can actually play with fatigue, because I would like that added challenge of having to hit rest stops and stuff like that on timed intervals. It just adds to the challenge and the realism of things. I mean, I don't really have to do it, obviously. I've had it off for a bit now, and I keep forgetting, but I'd like to have that on. And honestly, I would like to have police turned back on, but it got freaking ridiculous there for a bit. I was getting tickets for making left-hand turns on a green light. Like, they were ticketing me for everything. Felt like I was gonna get tickets for farting and stuff. We got 14 minutes till destination. Not too bad. Still making good time. Yeah, this song's not cutting it. I like Battery, but Metallica's kinda meh live. I'm gonna really bother a lot of people, but I actually don't like Metallica. I'm not gonna say they're bad, because they're not. They're really good actually. I don't know. Not my thing. That's it. It's that. I'll still give them their flowers. They're still one of the greatest rock bands alive. They're just not mine. And honestly, the only thing I can really put in like that, the only way I can really explain it that might have happened is I had a bad habit when I was younger of listening to CDs on repeat and going to sleep. And like, I still remember I would listen to Metallica a lot when I was younger on repeat and stuff. And the one song that I remember the most specifically isn't actually Metallica. It was Aerosmith, the one from the Armageddon soundtrack. I don't want to fall asleep or whatever the name of that one is. I don't. But it was on that album. I don't. It's not that song though. Trying to remember what song it is. It's like da na 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 na. It like has like a weird like you're hitting a hi-hat with a tambourine type noise. I don't know what it is, but that song, I swear, did not sound like that. Like, I swear to God that I listened to that song so much that it changed how it sounded. Like, I fucked it up, and I don't even know how. Like, I just listened to it that much that it changed overnight sleeping. It changed how it sounded. And when I woke up, I can't stand the way it sounds. And I think I did the same thing with Metallica. Just not as bad. Because, like, the song I'm talking about from Armageddon soundtrack, that one, legitimately, if it comes on, I will turn it off. I don't even want to listen to it. Like, it bothers me that much that it doesn't sound like I think it should, that I won't listen to it. because like I can still kind of remember what it sounded like when you're listening to music that has guitars and stuff in it, very rarely is it like singular notes that are that separated to where it's like da 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 na da da. Like it usually electric guitars, they like blend the notes together, and that's how I remember it sounding. Like it sounded completely different. But it sounded like all the notes flowed together more and they were closer together, and now it just sounds like super, like almost as if it's being played at half speed, if that makes sense. Like, you know how the old record players had more than one speed? You could do like the old 44s, or you could do the big boys. I think those were 33s. Um, but you had the different speeds, and if you put a 33 on and set it to 44, and it would be like, and it would like play like freaking Mickey Mouse, like that. I swear, to me, it should be 44, and it plays 33. I think that's the best way I can explain it. It's probably why I also don't like listening to the same exact music all day, every day, over and over and over. Like, it's one of the reasons why I don't listen to classic rock anymore. Um, the places that I worked, all the old heads there wanted to listen to classic rock all the time. So like that's what I got stuck listening to, and now I am burnt out on it. I don't know. Like I still like classic rock. I'm not gonna ever talk down on it. It's not like I'm saying it's garbage. It just my ear don't like it no more. My God, this drum solo just needs to stop. I think that's the other reason why I don't really like live music the same, is that like they, not so much Metallica, but like a, a lot of bands will feel the need to go off on like these weird riffs and stuff at the beginning and ends of songs that aren't even actually part of the songs, just to like, I think it's filler, just to fill the show and take up some more time and make it feel like you're getting more out of it. Um, yeah, that's really it. That's probably why I don't like live music. Like when you're just playing it, I'll go see it at a show, but when you're playing it, so much of it just feels like filler, and so many artists are like not good unless they're actually recorded. I still think one of the best artists that I've seen live would be, I think it's gonna be close. So I want to say Marilyn Manson. The show was very showy, like, um, besides just the music, he came out and like got on, um, like a podium, like as if he was giving a Hitler speech, and the podium just started growing until he was like friggin' 40 feet tall. Stuff like that. Like I like that kind of shit. Like where there's more to the show, kind of like Rammstein. Rammstein's shows are ridiculous. I would love to see them live. And then I think the second place one would actually be pretty easy to place at second because honestly, my gripe with them wasn't their show, like whether how they performed. I actually loved the way they performed, but one of them got hurt, and I haven't even said who it is. So everyone's like, "Who? Who the fuck you talking about?" I went and seen Insane Clown Posse live, at the House of Blues, downtown Chicago. Um, and I mean, it was actually pretty freaking cool. It was for the Wicked Clowns from Outer Space tour, uh, which I know sounds ridiculous because ICP is actually pretty ridiculous. Um, but anybody that knows anything about their shows knows that they throw insane amounts of Fago pop all over the crowd. And House of Blues is like a historical landmark in Chicago. Like, this isn't a place that you go to destroy. Like, so like we get in there and all the walls are just covered in draped plastic and stuff. Like they already knew. They knew that they were just gonna come in and destroy the house. Um, and it started out just like you would expect. They're they got bottles of Fago in like big giant tubs on the stage that they had the whole stage looked like an alien spaceship or something, and they just keep grabbing bottle after bottle of Fago, opening them. It was kind of cool. They had razor rings that they were wearing so that they could grab the top of the bottle and just shred the top of it off and throw it all into the crowd, or they could shake it up and just take the cap off and actually like spray it and stuff. They had Fago cannons that were just like freaking fire hoses spraying the shit into the crowd. Um, like it was wild. It was definitely a crazy ass show, and they had like a whole backdrop, kind of like if you went to go see a play. Like the whole stage was set up, and not just instruments. I mean, there's no instruments with them anyways, but and halfway through the show, Shaggy Two Dope slipped on a full bottle of Fago and hit his head on the stage and lost consciousness, and they stopped the show and canceled it like right then and there. And like obviously, yeah, he fucking hit his head. Like I can't cry about that, but like that's kind of a buzzkill. Like I don't know. I kind of wonder how often that kind of crap happens. If it's like a front for them to get out of actually doing the whole show, because I have heard that that happened before, but at the same time they're being very reckless in a reckless environment. So like you expect stuff like that to happen too. So I don't know. That's why I give them a second because it was still a badass show, but the getting gypped out of half of the show and the possibility of it actually being intentional, like there wasn't blood or anything. At least not that I seen, but there was Fago everywhere, so how the hell do you know? Various artists. It sounds like MXPX or Less Than Jake or some Plea for Peace, Take Action. I think that's the name of the album. Yeah, that would actually be one of my older CDs because that's I grew up listening to a lot of punk music. Let's see here. A little bit further forward to get into these cones. In front of the broken mountain. Yeah, that's a little broken. So let's put the parking brake down. Put these legs down. It says a 56-minute run, which I believe was actually pretty close to what it was supposed to be, so that's good. 8,602 euros. The levels really kind of mean nothing at this point. I'm at my max talents, so that aspect of things doesn't matter. They actually do have a cool low boy load here that pays pretty decent. How far is it? And it goes the direction I want to go. I might actually pick that one up. But I'm gonna clip the video here and turn it into another video again for YouTube. So everyone in the streams hang out for like 20 seconds or so. Everyone in YouTube land, till next time, peace. If you liked today's episode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing as it goes a long way to helping the channel to grow. Thank you. Okay, so I actually did not start re-recording. It's still